won by 3-2. It wasn't easy. It should have been easy from 2-0, but it wasn't. But Ronaldo, hat-trick, wins us the game.
I know, and he does it time and time again. We shouldn't really be relying on him, given the summer that we had. We have the Sancho, obviously Greenwood, it is what it is. We started off with Martial, Rashford. We shouldn't be relying on a 37-year-old, but he's the best player in the world. What can you say?
Is that it? Is that why he's the best player in the world? Because even still at 37, even still, when some people have said this year that Ronaldo's the problem and he's this and he's that, he's literally single-handedly.
I think he's the solution, personally. You just got to get better players around him, because it's frustrating every time he gets a stray ball. You can see him moan, and he deserves better. All the service he was getting at Madrid, Modric, you see that ball we played the other day. He deserves players who can do that. And until he gets that, he's always going to get questions asked of him. But he's, for me, the best player in the world and of all time.
It's interesting to hear you say that he's the solution, because some people have said, like, okay, he might not be the problem, but he certainly isn't the answer to all the problems, because he's so old. How the character of him, the aura around him, the effect he has on a team and stuff. But like you just say there, if he's not in that team, he's leaps and bounds ahead of anyone else in it.
Exactly, yeah. And if it weren't for his goals, we would be playing Europa League football.
Confirmed already, yeah.
We probably, because he bailed us out in the Champions League group stage, and he's keeping us in the fight for top four. And if it weren't for him, we'll have a different season, even like a Moisey season if it weren't for him.
Yeah. Does Ronaldo need to stay under Ten Hag for you?
Definitely. He's the only one who upholds standards, and he had that interview where he was saying that certain young players don't listen, and I think some of them who don't listen just need to do one, because if you don't listen to Ronaldo, then there's something wrong with your professionalism, because he is the best of all time.
And a lot of people have questioned that, like, how he is with the squad and what impact he can have on me. He has a negative impact, but it's interesting to hear you speak so strongly on why, basically leave him alone, because that is what it is. In terms of that win, the performance, wasn't good, but his individual performance was good. Can you see us getting top four now? Arsenal lost, Spurs lost. How do you feel about that?
I think the only way we're getting top four is if this Chelsea situation goes pear-shaped for them. Apart from that, I don't see us getting it. And until it's confirmed that that's mathematically impossible, we should obviously still fight. But until that day comes, which is likely, we should just play the kids and just set up Ten Hag or whoever is taking over with a foundation of good youngsters to take us forward going on to next season.
Paul Pogba was a holding midfielder today. What did you make of his performance?
I think he did all right, and I felt it was a bit unfair of people to give him that reception at the end. I personally thought Bruno had a worse game than him, and to be fair, you're there to support your team, and you shouldn't be booing your players like that and telling them to F off and all that. And if he was to react negatively, I don't have any problems with that, because he didn't deserve the treatment he got today.
Someone said to me that that Pogba reaction was disgusting from the fans. Would you agree with that?
It weren't Granit Xhaka levels.
No.
But the thing is with him, he's a human being, and you can't sort of have a go at him for having a human reaction. I personally didn't think he had that bad of a game. I thought there was a few times when he plucked out the air and did a few tricky shots. But I just think it was a bit unfair. And I think people are having a go at him about this lack of commitment, but it's his agent talking, it's his brother talking. You never hear it out of his mouth. So, aim your frustrations at Mino Raiola or one of the Pogba brothers. Pogba, he's done really well today, and he didn't deserve that reaction.
And Elanga got a lot of praise today. Obviously sets up the first goal by handing down the defender, wins the free kick that we go on to score from, then gets asked to play right back as well, and puts in some tackles, recovers the ball. What do you make of him today?
He's one of the bright sparks. He reminded me of when Rashford came in, when it was Van Gaal, when it was equally as loomy. It could have been better. He could have, if he had put those penalties away against Middlesbrough, had he not tackled Rashford in the last minute the other week, had he not have gone down, and that led to the Atletico Madrid game, it could have. It's fine margins, and those are the margins that Rashford capitalised on 4 or 5 years ago. But he's still got another season and he's got a long-term contract, and long may it continue.
Nice one, man. Thanks for talking
Cheers,
to us.
thank you.
Great stuff. Cheers, man.